Well, here we are at Creative Marketing for our first and probably last Who's Who's Producer Award. This is kind of like the Oscars, except for no red carpet and no little statues, but it's really coveted all the same. Now, the first award is the Double Threat Award. It's kind of like those guys who used to letter in 2 sports in high school. This is for the producer who excels in both annuities and life insurance. So for this award, I'm going to turn it over to our good friend Mike Sy. Mike?
Thank you, Jason. Today, we're here with Bob Duchin from Pennsylvania. Bob, in 2012, you had the perfectly balanced book of business. You wrote a little over $2.5 million both in annuity and life business. Would you be so kind as to share with everyone one of your keys to success?
Well, one thing I've always done is I try to keep it very simple. The first time I meet with a new client, I'm always showing them things like the very basic pyramid that we all use. I deal so much of my business with physicians. I talk to them basically from the beginning to the end, and I know in that 10-15 minutes whether I'm going to be able to meet with him a second time. If he's interested in spending time with Bob Duchin, I want to visit with him. And then something else that I've used for so many years that I developed way back into the 70s is a little diagram that I've used, and you've seen this when I was able to do this at Learn to Earn, the Live, Die, and Disabled presentation. And this gets that second interview. I would recommend it to anybody that's either in the life business or wants to get in the life business to use a concept like this, because it's guaranteed almost to get that second meeting.
Bob, I've always been impressed by what you do. We, in our business, make things so complicated, yet things can really be very, very simple. We need to get in the hearts and minds of our clients. It seems like that's what you do, and that's one of the reasons you're so successful. So I want to thank you very, very much for spending some time with us today. Jason, back to you.
Hey, thanks, guys. Now, surprisingly, the next award is a really close call. There are actually couples in this business that like working together. So let's take a look at this next dynamic duo who wins our Cutest Couple Award.
Hi, this is Merritt, and I'm here with Steve and Jan Kelleher, who've been working together for 11 years. 11 long years. Tell me, emphasis on the long. Jan, can you tell me, what's the secret of having a life-work balance that is successful?
I think the main secret is just learning to roll with it. For instance, last night when we checked into the hotel, they handed us a flashlight and said there wasn't going to be any power. So we had to get up this morning and I had to do my hair and makeup with a flashlight and not wash my hair, and that's the plan. We just roll with it. That's all we can do.
Well, you look lovely.
Why, thank you.
And so do you, Steve.
Thank you. And I put the flashlight up like this and scared myself. I was like, whoa.
Well, next question. Steve, I hear you do something special for Jan every week.
Well, Friday nights are very special for us. You know, I mean, you have this wicked work week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You're not going to do anything those nights because it's too crazy. So on Friday night, we come home, we have cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, we sit out and look at the flower beds or the winter scene, whatever it is. We close the curtains. The world is then shut out. Then we have my preparation of dinner. And every week it's different, it's fancy, it's whatever. Last week it was Chinese orange chicken with bok choy and rice noodles. It was really wonderful.
The secret for us, at least for me, is that I've been given a gift to take and go on this journey with somebody like Steve, to just have the love that we have, the understanding that we have, something a lot of people never get to experience. That for us has been the secret. As I say to our kids, a year from now, is this going to matter?
No.
And I'd rather have a full life than no life. And that's
True.
Wow.
what we say.
Knowing you two, I wouldn't expect anything less. And thanks for sharing that. That's great to hear.
Hey, thanks, Barrett. Now, from one cool couple to one drama king, the next award is for the most theatrical producer, Mike Wilk. Travis, can you give us the 411?
We say theatrical, but not because he brings the drama, but rather for his unique style of inspiring agents and making selling fun. Mike, tell us about your charismatic approach to seminars and selling.
Well, Travis, I'm not sure what you mean by theatrical or charismatic. We don't see ourselves any differently than any of the other agents at Creative Marketing. But actually we do. You know, Johnny Carson once said that people will pay millions of dollars more to be entertained than educated. We found a way to not only entertain folks, but also educate them at the same time. So they take something home of value with them, but also entertain and feel good about what they heard and what they're going to do in the future.
Mike, give everyone a tip that they can use in their everyday practice.
Travis, at our company we have a philosophy, a mission statement if you will. Work hard, make lots of money, and party at a higher level.
Thank you for your input, Mike. Thank you very much.
Okay, our next award is actually for our valedictorian, Charles Sawyer. He's
not available.
What?
He's not available.
What do you mean? Where is he?
He's not available.
This guy, every single time. These high producers that get way up there and then they think they can, no matter, where is he at?
Downstairs.
This guy, I'm gonna have to go get him.
Sure, one moment, man.
Hey Charles, what's going on, man? How are you? So obviously you're sitting here with your annuity sales consultant, Tom Felich, and I was gonna see if it'd be okay if we just asked you a couple of questions.
Charles said no.
It's just a couple of questions.
Sit down, he's ready to talk.
Okay. So obviously we're having a little bit of fun with our top producer, Charles Sawyer, who's acting a bit like a diva. But Charles, obviously you are the head of the class, and it's traditionally known as the valedictorian. I think what everybody really wants to know is, what does it take to become the #1 producer at Creative Marketing?
It's a fantastic question. I don't have enough time to sit here and talk for 30 minutes about what it is to be #1, but I will say this, that anybody here at the conference this year still has a lot of time to become #1 next year. I think it's an ability that every producer has, and I think it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of dreaming, a lot of determination to make the dreams come true, and obviously a lot of focus, and really wanting that goal to be #1. I think a lot of producers talk about being #1, but don't believe they can be #1. So they have to envision themselves sitting where I'm sitting and being here next year and then making it happen.
What would you tell others who have the same aspirations?
And I think if I could give advice, or will give advice to producers who want to be in the top 10, is to find out what they have to do through the end of this year, because there's still plenty of time to do it, and then break it down into small pieces. And if they do that and stay focused and don't get discouraged if you have a bad week or you have a bad month, because if you do $500,000 a week and you have 1 week you do 200, then you just have to add the extra production to the remaining weeks. If you do that, the end objective will automatically be hit.
So Charles, we know you're very busy, and I just want to thank you for taking time to be with us today, answer some questions, and have a little bit of fun. But what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to toss it back to Merritt, who's with our most promising underclassmen, and this person's definitely going to give Charles a run for his money very, very soon.
Hi, I'm back with Steve Leeming. He has the interesting distinction of being our up-and-coming classman. Now, what that means, Steve, is you've produced the most premium in the shortest amount of time. How did that happen?
Well, I guess I've been up and coming for about 34 years, so I'm not really new to the business, but new to creative, and had a great opportunity last year to do a large case that helped a lot with that.
Now, if you had to tell other agents a little bit about what creative can do, or what creative does do for you to help you be successful, what could you share?
Well, I would say the difference really is your people. Nathan Tannehill and his team of people, Debbie and Vince, they were, I've known Nate for a lot of years. He's experienced, he knows how to get things done, and he was the big difference in making that case happen last year. So I have to give credit where credit's due.
Thank you for your time, and thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
Hey, welcome back. I'm actually on the lookout for our next award recipient. That's going to be the Creative Class Clown. And I've got 2 words for you. They're not bathrobe or horse suit. It's actually Jim Lee. Jim, what are you doing?
Oh.
What are you doing, man? Hey.
Easy.
Whoa, dude, relax. We're not on Cops, brother.
Whew.
This is actually Creative TV, and
hey, how's it going, Jimmy K? Jimmy K, Frankie, Jimmy K.
Hey, back on task. Man.
Sorry.
Listen,
we're really being filmed.
Yeah, really.
Oh, cool. I love it. The photo shoot.
Now. Yeah.
Bring it.
So listen, man, you're actually being recognized as one of those people who obviously likes to have fun at these creative events.
I do.
Can you tell us what makes these events so special? Why do you keep coming back?
They're free. No, the people. All the people I meet. Billy Mack, Frank, everybody. In fact, I better stop naming people because I'd have to name like 100. For me, honestly, it's the relationships, all the people I've met. I can honestly say I love them. They're the nicest people in the world. I look forward to coming back every single year, as is my wife. And that's about it.
Okay, fair enough. Jim, what's wrong, man? What else is it?
I forgot something.
What is it, man?
There's an open bar.
Oh God!
Oh
man,
my
man,
God,
here.
there's an open bar.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not that I drink. It's not that I drink, but some people do, and for them it's great, but those who don't, that's fine too. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to have a good time.
Now we obviously know you're a funny guy, Jim, and you're here because you're successful. But what, dude? This is awkward. What are you doing, man? Now, do you find that you can bring humor with your prospective clients?
No. A lot of clients don't take me seriously, but I'm serious. I'm seriously. I mean serious business. I sell serious products. Truth of the matter is, Jason, yeah, I play on these trips. I have a heck of a lot of fun. I love seeing all these guys and having fun, but when I'm dealing with my clients, I listen to them. I use my ears. Thank you, Billy Mack. You taught me. I have 2 ears and 1 mouth. I do it. I listen, and I hear what they need, and then I go to that product. However, there was this time in Mexico when I saw a goat and a chicken.
Whoa.
And,
I can already tell this is going to go
anyway.
no place good. And before I get in trouble, I'm actually going to send it back to the studio for our last award.
Hi, it's Holly Taylor coming to you from Creative Marketing. I have the honor of sitting next to Jim Devine, who's being recognized as team captain. He does a fantastic job working with the industry carriers, his own colleagues, as well as running his own very, very successful practice. Jim, tell me how teamwork applies to your organization.
Well, I think, Holly, talking to agents across the country, what I seem to find is that they have one common thread of concern, that they feel alone, isolated on an island. And I think that's where it's important for them to have maybe a team concept, a way of getting together with other professionals within the industry to be able to encompass that into their business model and to add something that they would be able to relate to others with. I think a lot of potential lies in finding a right system. Now, a lot of people will say, I don't have a teamwork, I'm by myself. Well, maybe that team could be your staff. It could be an individual, it could be a group that's there. It could be an organization that has a proven system that you might be able to implement into your practice. I know one thing I find in that people I talk to and people that even join me in my organization, a lot of them will say it not only brings that success, it brings friends and family and not be just considered a producer and a salesperson.
Well, we really, really appreciate your business and all you do for us, and we'll take it back over to Jason.
Hey, thanks, Holly. You know, even though this is a small piece of the bigger picture at Creative Marketing, and I know we're having a lot of fun today, but we also know that we work with the absolute best people in the industry. And even though we want to continually recognize and enhance your achievements every single day, and I wish I had this big Glee Club finish to finish this thing off, I don't. So from the bottom of my heart and from all of us at Creative Marketing, we want to say thank you. Thank you for being here and enjoying this experience with us. With that, I'm going to send it back to the Epic Theater.